think Ember Spirit really is one. Like, he can carry games, but not in the same way like a Tinker would. So I think you'll just pick a carry here with Zeus. I think Void if it's left in the pool. If not, I would need to think a little bit what else is good against Dawnbreaker that's left.
Still think Morph could be good.
Oh yeah, there's Morphling, right? Morph is great against Tusk and Dawnbreaker. So I can see Morph, I can see Faceless Void. I think he's a good win condition already.
Taking the time thinking about this last ban, maybe they're tossing up between the two of them.
Might as well. This is your last ban and pick. You can use all your time if you want to.
What's a TA? It's neither of the heroes that you guys...
That's a strange one, because I always found Dawn to be one of the better heroes against TA in lane. But it is Satanic TA. I was going to say it's one of his better heroes, but that pool of heroes is like 10. He has like 10 signature heroes.
Yeah.
So they just decided that's the one.
That's the specific one. What about it for Dawn in the lane against TA that makes her favorable?
Just you just have so many instances of damage, and you don't have a stun, so you just get on top of the TA, and you can typically deal with that. And they go with the Faceless Void.
Dominator, baby.
Yep, that's a pretty good item.
One I see this game. Marcy, Enigma, and Faceless Void coming up.
Oh, such a good Wraith King game.
Well, no, because they have Black Hole and Chronosphere, right? This is this is now a problem for Dawnbreaker, right? She has to ult something. Now you're relying on Warlock to have to cancel every Black Hole, and Dawn to ult every single Chronosphere. It's becoming a game of who's going to use their spell first.
No one ends up using them.
Yeah.
Just a pure stalemate.
He has to channel his inner Ame, but no, he's going to go for the carry matchup. Or sorry, not the carry matchup, the lane matchup.
Yeah.
As opposed to the carry matchup.
Well, that's how you know Wraith King is unpickable. If this wasn't a game for it.
You really tried. You put it out there, Fear.
Put it out there.
It's not going to happen. It's the Alk. We see all of our 10 heroes now across the board. And is there a slight favorite when it comes to the draft?
Both these drafts are... Well, I like this draft much better for Wildcard than the last game. It is much more rounded. They could definitely win. I like RCY on Void Spirit. This is really where he pops off. However, you are playing versus this P-Vision draft where it could be very difficult to get out of the laning stage, I want to say. I feel like their lanes are incredibly strong, and that could snowball really hard, but Wildcard does have some tools, and I do like the Outclass pick.
I'm going with Wildcard all the way. This is way better. They have multiple forms of initiation, 3 heroes compared to the 0 last game. 9 classes playing Marcy. I don't think he's played at this tournament yet. I know he plays it, whatever. Wildcard has their signature RCY Void Spirit. This guy's going to pop off. He's going to 1v5 this game straight up. We're going to game 3.
Okay, I'm liking a lot of initiations, a lot of comfort, something that's going to pop off.
Signature Void Spirit. Signature Enigma? What do you mean?
Of course.
EM's the master of this hero. Bob's picking confidence. He knows how to play into every single matchup. I've never seen a man better at a hero. What do you mean? All
right, well, then I feel like I don't need any more clarity there. Ray's definitely favoring P-Vision right now, and they are 1 game away here from qualifying for TI. Wildcard on the other side, they need to have all the comfort they possibly can. Off to a good start. We'll see just exactly what sort of start and game we're going to get here with Sunspan and Synderen.
Thank you very much. Indeed, this is a very interesting draft from both teams. We got P-Vision versus Wildcard in game number 2, elimination game for Wildcard, elimination series overall. Do you have a favorite, Synderen?
Yeah, I think most of what they said I do agree with. I think Wildcard have a better shot in this just overall in terms of strategy. They also did have the total last pick here of the Alchemist, which I think was a very excellent choice. You know, you're going to be laning against Enigma. You have one of the carries that can survive a Chrono or can survive a Black Hole. All of those things bearing all those things in mind, though, I feel like P-Vision might just be a little bit too much of a mouthful for Wildcard. And like they were talking about in the panel, I'm surprised this Faceless Void did not get banned. I think that was a relatively straightforward ban in that slot for Wildcard. They opted to ban the TA instead. In particular, when you're already presenting the Zeus, that makes Void so much better. Something you and I have criticized when we've been casting games this tournament is Voids playing without damage in the Chrono.
Yeah.
That is not really a problem here. Even a support Zeus offers a lot of extra damage. Ember can do some assistance with slight chains. We've got Midnight Pulse.
The double bubble, the classic EG strat from back in the day.
If something is going to come back to bite PVision in this game, it's that their lineup is greedy. So if they run out of steam too early, even more so than in the first game, Wildcard could just get off to an early advantage and this time just roll it all the way to a win. I can see where Fly's confidence is coming from, to be fair, because I think if the lineups are both played to their utmost potential, I think this is a dire advantage. But we need to see a stellar game here from Wildcard because PVision are definitely firing on all cylinders today in that game.
There's definitely some NA pride there as well, though.
Yep.
Keep that in mind. But Wildcard have to win this game to stay alive in this road to TI. But yeah, it's been a while since I've cast Zeus. Talk to me about it. Obviously, damage in the Chrono you've already discussed, but what else does this hero provide?
Oh, interesting. Just they lane swapped. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, Yamson is in the bot lane.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a sec. Zeus mainly offers damage. I mean, he doesn't have any slow. Well, it's a symbolic slow in the Heavenly Jump.
It's not simple. It's very powerful.
Okay, he has a very powerful slow.
The Mario jump.
And then he has a lot of damage, and he is one of the best D-warders in the game, of course, because Lightning Bolt can find observers and sentries placed on the ground. There's a reason this hero hasn't been particularly popular this tournament. Not because I think it's bad, it's just very one-dimensional, so you need to either understand the hero at a high level to draft it correctly, or it needs the perfect game, which doesn't happen all that often, in particular as a core. So it is a little bit limiting, but PVision have been enjoying this hero. They've played it before. Obviously on 9 class we've seen it, and this might be the second time that Hollis plays it too. And now it's time to talk about lane swap. If somebody survives here.
Yep, Fade and Bignum working on 9 class right now with that tag team. Oh, they block each other. Unfortunately, cannot find the last hit needed.
All right.
This is a crazy combo, though. Of course, we've talked about this one in the past, the Dawnbreaker, Starbreaker with the tag team of Tusk. I mean, last time you were raving about this, they ended up initiating level 1.
Yeah.
This time the level 2 for Wildcard, very strong.
The level 2 timing of this lane is incredible. It's one of the strongest level ups you can get in Dota is when these heroes combined hit level 2 in the lane. The problem, or rather the reason they lane swap here is this combo doesn't kill Void in lane. And I think a very big reason of why Wildcard want to run these two heroes together is to get off to a hot start and try to dominate. So by lane swapping, what they do accomplish is, it feels weird to move Alchemist away from Enigma, because generally that's a good lane matchup for Alch, but so is Void. So he can just farm down here in the off lane, and then instead what you get in return is you get a killable target for the combo of Tusk Dawn against Enigma.
Yeah.
They have a little bit to fend for themselves with Malefice as well as the rebound, but you got to be very careful as the Enigma in this lane. And you can see Dawn already off to a massive head start, 18 for 3 against the 9 and 3.
Oh yeah.
Also kills Eidolons very well with the Starbreaker. A lot of good things.
This feels like a. We're gonna see
just
the 3-minute Lotus go through the likes of 9 class. Now, Dawnbreaker has had a horrific win rate. This does feel like the best start that we have seen.
Yeah.
What do you think the reason is that she has been kind of meh?
I mean, many of the games that we've seen, she has not won her lane. And I think it's such a big part of the hero identity is getting off to a hot start and trying to snowball. I also think in some of the games that have been played this tournament, Dawn has not been picked with good pairings. It's been picked as like an anti-hero more so than a combo with its own team.
Right.
What makes Dawnbreaker good, in my opinion, is that the ultimate game is one where you have 2 or 3 teammates that have catch, and you have an enemy that's key to lock down. And lo and behold, in this game, right, you're stopping Black Hole, you can counter-initiate Chrono, and you can be set up by Void Spirit and Tusk and technically Alchemist. So it's
the
good.
Eidolon's starting to do a lot of work to Fade. The Blood Grenade's going to slow him down as Fade gets disposed back into even more Eidolon. So that is first blood for PVision. As no one going to help some from Ducalis trying to take out RCY. It's going to be close. RCY just barely survives as Speed will get the better of Ducalis and no one. So a double kill for the position 5 Warlock.
Yes, the classic 4-minute double kill Warlock in mid that we've come to expect.
Yeah, great ganking support hero.
That is the most random outcome. But what a great start for Speed here. Obviously great for his Grimoire as well, lest we forget Warlock
Yeah,
gets...
he's had 2 great starts to both games.
Yep, a massive benefit for him. This will be a very early Golem, even if they don't get their Wisdom. More pressure
Dispose
here.
from 9 class back into a Malefice as Ducalis makes his way over as well. So a Thunderbolt getting Big Num quite low as now we have another TP from Speed. All over the place. Very mobile Warlock.
Yep.
And this, of course, will leave a 1v1 situation in the bot lane.
They're both
Satanic
that far.
Void versus Yamson's Alchemist.
Yeah, this is about of a nothing burger of a lane as you can get. They're going to hit creeps.
They're both pretty happy about that, I'm sure. So RCY, known for his Void Spirit. Oh, he's going to get gone on. Rebound for not level 6 yet. And this is just a 1 versus 3. RCY, known for his Void Spirit. Oh, he's going to get gone taken on. Out by no one. Not level 6 yet. And this is just a 1 versus 3. Known for his Void Spirit. Oh, he's going to get taken out by no one. Not level 6 yet. And this is just a 1 extreme. Known for his Void Spirit. Oh, he's going to get taken out by no one. For RCY, we'll see what he can put together. His DM left alone because of that gank. Will be the recipient of all this damage from Fade and company as Speed gets another kill. So he's on a killing spree at this point.
One of the heroes that has to be in the lower quarter of frequency of killing sprees minute 6, surely. Warlock.
You know, I'm not a Warlock player, Cinderin. Why does Black Grimoire even have a cooldown? I didn't even know it did.
I don't think you need to be a Warlock player for that. I think that's a Valve question, not so much the player.
Okay, yeah, but you're an analyst here.
Yeah. Why does it have a cooldown?
He could be level 6 right now. How cool would that be?
Yeah, maybe that's why it has a cooldown.
That's kind of sick, though. I mean, if you're going to get 3 kills on Warlock by 6 minutes, you deserve to have your ult.
Well,
debatable, I guess. A 7-minute wisdom is about to come to be.
If he uses the Grimoire for this wisdom, will he be 6? He gets 800 experience.
Needs 10 more seconds.
It will not be enough for 6. Because then they can't contest the wisdom. If Speed could just pop a level 6 here,
no, they're going to try for it. 9 class is going to spot Speed, the killing spree. And 9 class going to be able to get the dispose, but Speed is back, and Fade will come to make sure that they get the shrine. They take out 9 class as well. Yeah, still ends up being a trade as their Speed's ult actually does not stun at all. Good dodge from no one. First misstep from Speed in this game.
Well, if he doesn't cast it, he dies. Because no one doesn't get forced out. There's not enough damage. And he is on a killing spree, so it's pretty valuable to kill the Warlocks. I don't really mind that Golem so much. Obviously would have liked to connect it and do some more damage, but you were never killing Ember there, but he definitely could have killed you. Got to take the trade you can get. Yeah, this is definitely looking good for the side of Wildcard. As we saw in the stats, this is their 2nd Dawn game, and they won their other one, so they are not the reason this hero's win rate is at about 35%. Not their fault.
Big Num shows up in the mid lane. Astral Step coming from RCY, but Big Num taking the brunt of the damage here. 9 class first to fall, though. Aether Remnant proc to Speed. No longer has his ult. As Big Num eventually falls to no one, so it's a support for support. Has the damage rune now, which is a very big deal.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, look at the levels, though. Enigma is really trailing here. A full level behind the enemy. I guess I should say offlaner Alchemist, but maybe that's an unfair comparison. And now Dawn ulti has been unlocked. Oh!
No one very greedy for these last hits, barely survives. As the damage rune activated, we'll have to trickle back to base.
Close call.
RCY, you can see they've actually put quite a bit of effort in stopping RCY so far in this mid lane.
Yeah, and as you already established, this hero is pretty prone to either snowballing or falling flat. It's a very polarizing hero in my opinion. So they are trying to bring him into the game, but already with this slowdown, can't say I'm too confident in Void Spirit having that pop-off game. He's going to go for the Vessel, obviously good against Faceless Void, and just an all-round feels-good item on the hero. You're universal, you want to get those all attributes and have the extra bit of damage since your spell combo isn't generally fully enough. But against Flame Guard, you're just never killing.
Yeah.
It's just not possible. You can see no one is just bullying him.
Let's see if any TPs come. RCY has the escape mechanism, of course, in the form of the Astral Step. So, yeah, Palm number 2, actually. So, is 9 class going for? Yes, of course. Why did we even question such a thing? So, 3 Helms, down from 4. It's an improvement.
I would make the argument that if you're playing Marcy and not buying this item regardless of role, I think it's a mistake.
Yeah, that's true. As we can see, the first Solar Guardian of the game, Speed pops his ult as well. Fade coming to get 2 kills. Very nicely done from Wildcard. And they're going to get a third, it looks like, as Ducalis slowed down. Aether Remnant punch.
That is some pace right there.
Triple kill for Fade. The offlaner for Wildcard, but played in the safe lane.
He's keeping up with his free farming Alk on net worth. This is a really good look.
Oh, yeah.
For Wildcard. And what can I say? Maybe Fly just knew. He saw the draft. He was like, this is a Wildcard that's going to smash them. So far, so good. 4K lead in a 10.
Lead, yeah.
And it begs the question, I was entertaining this, that maybe PVision got a little bit too greedy here.
And a little too cute. They've been known to do that from time to time.
It is indeed a greedy lineup, and you are so far away from 6 on Zeus. He just cracked 5 now on Ducalis, just trailing by a massive amount against the enemy team. Gotta weather the storm here if you're the side of PVision. You gotta just farm up. You need time. You need a lot of it.
Yeah, well, games these days have been going 60 minutes, so...
Yeah, you'd think Enigma Void just can't lose, right?
In the 60-minute game, yeah. I would agree. Can Wildcard up the pace? So far, so good. Satanic brings his Troll Summoner with all those rally creeps, and DM has his own Troll Summoner.
Oh, Blade Mail, he's in there.
Yeah, he does quite a bit of damage, takes out 1 Troll. Still quite a bit of damage done to the Tier 1 regardless, as Speed getting chased by 9 class. Satanic yet to use Chronosphere this game. Speed's going to be an easy pick-off to start this fight. Big Starbreaker from Fade, only on the 1 actually, is 9 class getting to the north. Looks like he's going to be fine. Satanic still looking for that Chronosphere. His DM also has the Black Hole at his disposal. Will use it for Fade. Gets canceled at the last moment by the Aether Remnant. The Solar Guardian canceled though. And that's going to be the death of both Fade and DM, so trading offlaners. Now RCY in a 4 versus 1, although Big Nub coming to try to save him with the potential snowball, but the Chronosphere at the last moment from Satanic. And this will lead to a 3rd kill for PVision. Actually 4th if you count Speed at the beginning of the fight. Of course, all this time, Yamsen has been farming away. Will be getting his Radiance, and actually has enough now.
Yeah, begs the question if that was worth a TP. He could have joined that with an Acid Spray during that dive. A really powerful spell when the enemy team starts getting a little bit too deep, but
yeah.
Seems that the play call is I am going to stay away and make sure I hit my timings. It's a really high risk thing. If you TP up there and die, you lose insane amounts of momentum on the Alk.
TP rotation though, on the way as Fade. Time dilation applied to him. Bignum with the snowball picks him up. Right on top of Ducalis with the punch as well. That's going to be the death of the support of PVision. A good rotation from Wildcard. Unfortunately for them, not able to get more than just the position 5 Zeus.
Still good enough. They're really putting a lot of emphasis on defending their towers. I really like to see this. It's the Helm of the Dominator plus Enigma push that if you can prevent this from being successful, you retain so much space for Alk. Speaking of...
Oh, this would be a huge kill. Concoction comes from Yamsen.
He'll be fine.
Hype that up a little bit too much. Sorry about that. Won't do that again.
Let's see about that. Something else I wanted to say. You gotta admire Wildcard's confidence to let Enigma through. This is something that's interesting in some tournaments where teams will often, at least to some extent, copy bans of other teams. Like let's say you're in a tournament with 16 teams and you're playing someone in round 4 and you haven't played them yet, you're gonna look through the history of what other teams did. Yeah. And if every team is banning Enigma against a team, you're like, okay, we should probably just ban Enigma. It's no secret that DM is good at Enigma. All the teams know this, but you know, it could be that it's fallen off a little bit or that they show less interest in running it, but yeah. This hero's been banned a lot against DM. This is their elimination game.
Good fake outs, multiple fake outs with that Golem. He's gonna pop it. It does clip no one in the end. Beautifully done from Speed. That was that was really, really sick, as now the tier 1 will fall in favor of Wildcard. 9 class not going to get blocked in by Big Num. And we'll be able to get away as a result.
That is absolutely yet another piece of footage for Speed's new YouTube video there.
That's a real piece of footage.
The triple golem fake out into clipping. The title of the video, Why You Should Not Use Your Spells.
I thought you were going to say something with edging.
Oh, yeah, well, you're probably better at
Edging
titles
with
and
Warlock.
YouTube thumbnails than I am.
Satanic. Still content to farm away. I mean, that's the one downside, of course, of having the Faceless Void, is the fact that it takes so long to get online. But, I mean, this Helm of the Dom does bring them back into something more presentable early on. And like you talked about early game, the fact that they have stuff that, I mean, just a casual chrono with just a couple zaps from the Zeus, actually quite useful.
Yeah.
Ducalis, he is going to be found and brought down.
Gotta say, so far, not really feeling the Zeus pick's impact. They rated it pretty highly. They picked it early in the draft. Ducalis has not really found his footing. And this is a dangerous Zeus game. Literally anyone gets on top of you, just dead. Like what are you supposed to do when Alk gets a blink, which he has? He just jumps and kills you. Void Spirit can assassinate you 100 to 0. Tusk plus Dawn. The only hero you can survive is Warlock, and he doesn't care about you. So it's a tough time for Ducalis out here as a 5 Zeus. Very low on that net worth.
First Thunder God's Wrath of the game. Ducalis just wanted to announce that he is finally level 6, in fact level 8. As this is an 8k lead for Wildcard right now.
It's with Alchemist, but it's still a very monumental lead here, honestly. Like, given the overall outlook of the game, this was the stage of this elimination game for Wildcard where things needed to go right, and they have all gone so right. They finally do lose their mid tower now, and they lost their top tower as well, but they stalled it out for a very long time. And I think it's good enough.
Become very, very ambitious, perhaps. Had the snowball the whole time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Fate has Ags.
Yeah, that's pretty fast. So Blade Mail, Ags.
Stupid rich. He's 3,000 ahead of Enigma. 200 GPM ahead. Pretty much.
I mean, he was the safe laner, you know.
Yeah.
You should be comparing him to the Void.
Yeah, well, if you want to compare the carries, then Alchemist against Void is also 3,000. So I don't know.
Yeah, true. Well, you should be comparing the Alk to the Enigma.
Oh yeah, that looks even better for PVision.
Yeah.
Then they're only 6k behind on that roll.
That's right. That's the whole lead.
But then the carries are even, I suppose.
Exactly.
Okay.
Got to pick me up, and that is a Solar Guardian into the death of 9 class. Golem comes out as well, as no one will drop to the deck. Is that Golem on creeps? Am I blind, Syndra?
Maybe we can get a replay of that. That's definitely the thing worth talking about here. I think.
Were you watching?
I think he was anticipating.
Yeah, no, I think so too.
He was anticipating the Remnant, right? So he cast it premeditatively, but
Dire's middle tower.
ultimately, I think no one might have not even. He had enough mana, right?
He just knew. After that last play in the mid lane,
Yeah.
he saw ahead this time. Still dies, of course. Doesn't matter.
He started getting ganked. He started hearing voices.
Speed is too good. He's just in his head.
It's
you
your
know?
boy
What
Speed
can he
here.
do?
Clean up crew. Dawn trying to defend. Here comes the Dominator creep.
Radiant's top
The
tower.
Ogre's looking for a
It's
bruising.
Keith the Bold.
I think the Ogre Bruiser will find its match in Dawnbreaker. She is the better bruiser. And so is Tusk.
I don't know. He does percentage-based
Oh, we're going
damage.
to see the replay here. So here's that Golem.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, just anticipate. But he got pulled by an Aether Remnant.
Dire are scanning.
I don't really mind that Golem because he's expecting, if you don't Remnant there, you're going to die. And he thinks the Remnant's going to come out from Ember Spirit, but he did get pulled simultaneously by the Void.
It worked out regardless.
Yeah.
As Fade, I believe, just bought his shard.
Sure did. So now what's stopping Starbreaker? Chrono and Black Hole. Nothing else.
That's still a lot.
Well,
That's 2 things.
it's 2 things, but it's 2 things that are really, really expensive, right? It's like your key abilities. If you're using that to stop a Starbreaker,
Yeah.
that's... I think Fade is completely fine with that. He's going to arrive with his ult running for the heal. He's going to pop Blade Mail, and he's going to press his Starbreaker. If you need to stop that Starbreaker with a Chrono, you're going to lose the fight.
Yep, for sure.
So he's in an extremely
Fade.
powerful position here.
Gets Malefice. Midnight Pulse is placed as well with a congregation on the deep from DM. But unfortunately, his creep does get sacrificed to Fade.
War Staff.
Interesting. Huh.
Shards, Aether Remnant, Starbreaker. But I can't say this inspires a lot of confidence in me. As we do see the Alchemist time on Dagger again. Was a very early one. He now also has the BKB. This is a 10,000 lead.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
How are PVision... Okay, we're at a point now in this game where what it takes for PVision to come back is effectively Wildcard overstepping. They can keep playing the map and keep growing their lead for the next 20 minutes if they want, because I don't think PVision with their itemization are likely to look for trouble, or even if they do, be successful. Like, this Force Staff Enigma is not telling me, all right, it's go time.
21-minute wisdom is what Wildcard wants, and if they can get a pick off, that might clean up a Tormentor as well after the
Poor
fact.
Ducalis, man.
They find a lowly Ducalis dead to rights via Yamsen, and now
Dire's middle tower
with the steal of the Wisdom Shrine, they should be going for the Tormentor, one would think.
Both Wisdom, they just took it.
Things looking up for Wildcard, giving NA some hope.
Who was it that got the shard?
Oh, did they take it already?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I also said that, so now it's 3 and 2.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, it was Speed who got it. So the upgraded Upheaval, spawning some imps. I would say in this game you were probably, I don't know, they were both kind of weak because Tusk only has level 1 Ice Shards, but I would probably rather have seen that for them, to be honest. But not all that important. Just got to keep the flow of this game going.
It's interesting that DM is prioritizing getting Shard next. A lot of times you see these Enigmas, they get like they get like a Vlad's, and then they start going for big items, right? At least historically.
Yeah, it's just...
This is all small items.
It's difficult to commit to a Black Hole build, right? Against Golem and Solar Guardian.
Yeah,
Showcased
speaking
here.
of which, DM destroyed by Fade and Bignum.
I feel like PVision are actually just lost in this game. I think they don't know what to do, and now you're just playing on feel. Like, I think it's very hard to have guidance when the overall comms right now should be we can't fight them, we have to farm.
Yeah.
Whenever a game is in that state for 15 minutes and the enemy team has global abilities, you're gonna bleed out some kills. It's impossible to never get caught. And now it's going to be even worse. There's going to be a dagger now coming out for Bignum after this Roshan bounty.
Oh, yeah.
So he can look for plays for the Dawn way more effectively. Dawn can connect on Elk, on Tusk, on Void Spirit.
All right, so Yamsen will be rewarded with the first Aegis of the game. Wildcard in
Dire are scanning.
a very good spot to push this to a game 3, but of course PVision, I mean the high ground going against an eventual late game, depending on how late it goes, Enigma and Void is a scary proposition. Really, all of their heroes are kind of scary late game.
Yeah.
A Wildcard in
Wildcard's late game
the
not
lead.
bad either, though. If it comes down to these big late game team fights, you're happy to have a Warlock. You're happy to have a Dawn ulti. Probably 2 of them
I mean,
as well.
I feel like the games that we've watched, the biggest mistake these teams make is going high ground too fast, potentially. It feels like the high ground is just such a hard thing to accomplish, even with a pretty sizable lead at this like 20 to 30 minute mark. Back in the old days, you'd go for all the tier 2s first, and then your Aegis is gone. Then you go for the second Rosh, and that's the high ground.
Radiant's
Do you
bottom
agree that, let's say this becomes somehow a 60-minute game.
Okay.
I don't think it's a clear-cut PVision win in spite of having Void Warlock. I actually don't. I'm not confident
I mean,
that
it's
they can just
never-
wait it out.
It's never clear cut, but I mean,
Some games kind of are.
I'm cut from the cloth, Cinderin, that says Void and Enigma are the 2 best late game heroes in the entire game.
That's
and
why
they're on the same team.
That's why it's really interesting, because generally speaking, you see these two together, it goes mega late, you favor that team.
Yes.
It's just this game, the counter picks are so crystal clear and so obvious how to pull off for Wildcard. You have 2 Dawn ultis, because she's going Refresher next.
Oh.
You're going to have Golem. So how on earth are you ever going to land a black hole unless you catch both Warlock and Dawn? And then the Chrono has the same issue, right? The counterplays are pretty clear. Dakalis trying to farm.
Indeed.
He's farming his death stat. If you have him in fantasy, I think this is not good.
Yep, death number 6 for him. I think he's on the villain arc anyway, so
Yeah.
maybe I think that's what he's going for at least.
I don't think villains are attempting to feed. It's not really a trait. Like, I am a villain, therefore I will...
I don't know.
Well,
It
I'm
sounds
not
like you've never
following.
played a pub game before.
Oh, you mean like that? Oh, yeah, okay. I see it. I see it. He's a villain to his own team. If that's his villain arc, TI is probably not the best place to start being bad.
No, but in all seriousness, we're going to have to hold that thought, actually. DM with the Midnight Pulse. Going to get Astral Step by RCY, but right on the footsteps of his base is going to be fine. But Yamsen adds a big concoction coming for the Enigma. The Solar Guardian to follow. Down goes DM quite easily. Now the soft reset from Wildcard. Satanic shows up for this fight.
Yeah, but there's no fight.
Still 2 minutes on that Aegis, and now an AC on the way for Yamsun.
Just a clean hit and run.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Gotta be back to take care of this, but of course Dawnbreaker, theoretically one of the best heroes in Dota against Helm of the Dominator, because she can, if you're playing against the skeletons, you wipe them out instantly. If you're being split pushed and the Dominator's causing pressure on your map, you can just be there and still participate in team fights
True.
with your ult.
Yep.
So
Yet her win rate is garbage.
yeah.
Just not playing it right. You gotta safe lane it like Fade here today.
I will say, out of all the games I have seen Dawnbreaker in this tournament, I think this is the game that it is the absolute best pick, and it was first picked. It's kind of crazy, right? He picked it as a counter to Enigma, and then afterwards, I think PVision made it even better, and they themselves kept making it good as well. I'll
goodness.
see you later.
Call us insta-gibbed.
Yeah. He is just not getting any footing. I'm surprised he has... Well, I guess it's Zeus will be farming more than Tusk, right? That's the only reason he has more net worth is the CS.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Speed here.
P-Vision.
Leave
No
us flatlining,
strangers
though.
to the voice lines, of course. They've created a lot of enemies in this scene, I feel like, with some of their play and talk. And that's what we love watching in Dota.
Everybody loves a little drama.
Absolutely.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
No one has his 9-second BKB, is going to opt for the Aghanim Scepter next. As Big Gum also going for an Aghanim Scepter. Obviously quite a ways away, but that would be a pretty early kick for Tusk. And we talked about high ground just being an issue, not with their team necessarily, but just kind of harder, it feels like, in this meta for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But kick is something that can certainly provide a boost to isolate somebody out of their base. And RCY is going to be spotted by no one. Rebound's going to connect. Do they have the damage? Yes! No one with the kill, and that's a big one.
Yeah, unexpected find there for sure. RCY was killing a Dominator creep. Sick bait.
Yeah, got to leave it to Fade, you know?
Yeah.
That's what he was built for.
I think Fate did have his ulti ready, but this was an unclear moment, because if you ult too early, you expose yourself to Chrono and Black Hole. You want to use it as a counterplay to that. Finally, the AC now arrives for Yamsen.
How did that take so long to arrive?
His courier must have died, I think.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's a big power spike here, of course. The good news for P-Vision fans out there is that Satanic is putting on an absolute farming masterclass. It's so impressive that he has 360 CS this game.
He's only 3K behind an Alk. That is insane.
Given the map control that Wildcard have had and the threats on the map, it doesn't get better than this. It's just borderline flawless.
This has become RTS game, man.
Yeah.
Creep versus creep, and then they just go their separate ways.
If anybody from the development team of Stormgate are watching, this is some inspiration.
Oh, Satanic, he's spotted, punched in the air. Concoction as well with the Solar Guardian, but the rebound save. Satanic, he's gonna get bashed up by Yamsen though. Huge kill for Wildcard. They find a second in the form of 9 class.
God, I love cursing players.
Satanic's having such a good game.
Basically flawless, dies 5 seconds after. Like,
You have power, young man.
is there something you want?
Yeah, I want to win the lottery.
Okay. Well, that might be outside my reach.
Okay.
We haven't tried yet.
That's true.
Are scanning.
I can do smaller things like make you
Speed.
die in a video game.
It's
Really nice superpower.
Very
Speed.
impressive. Chaotic offering place, no one.
He's
in the
pretty
vicinity
tanky.
as well. Yeah, Speed will end up going down, but oh, Solar Guardian coming in though. Fade. How is that up again? Hammer now. They can take out Dukalis and no one. Double kill for Fade as Speed stays alive.
I love that patience. That was really nice. They very clearly communicated that he was going to keep baiting. He still had the Solar Crest as well as the Essence Ring ready.
It was the refresher from
Baits them
Fade,
in.
so
Yeah.
it was finished already.
Just buys all of that time and they find the right opportunity. They were just waiting for the side of P-Vision to use enough cooldowns before they went for that. Now they're also going to get the Tormentor.
This will go to the Tusk, last remaining one on the team. Oh, looks like he changed his mind on the Ags, by the way. Looks like a Yules instead.
We're going to see the replay here. Just, he's not even really that close to dying.
Yeah.
14 sticks, Solar, as well as the Essence Ring. There was a bit more to give there. They need another 500 damage to get through this.
And with that, an 18K lead for Wildcard. The last hope and dream of NA region, Cinderin.
Yeah, well, the prognosis of this game definitely is taking us to a game 3. And
Look at this item build for DM. This is a sad sight for Enigma fans.
if we do get there,
Yes.
it's... P-Vision notoriously have had moments where... I'm not going to say they're going to tilt, but I think they are a very emotional team.
Of course.
So
Of course they are.
if you go into the series with the expectation that, I mean, we were saying this is probably the most, on paper, one-sided of the elimination games today. You smash game 1, you lose game 2, it's important that Astini keeps things together as coach there after that
Well,
game.
he's
to
also
make
an
sure it's
emotional coach,
stabilized.
though.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe a little too much emotion on this team, but we'll see. They can bounce back. Game's not over.
of course not. It's
Dukalis has
well
Aghanim Scepter, so Nimbus at the ready.
possibility. If it goes late, like I was saying, I still think Wildcard have good solutions against Enigma Void, but with every passing minute, it becomes more and more possible for them to pull it off. Like, you keep flat. If you flatline this net worth lead at like 15,000 for another 15 minutes, then I think the game approaches a 50-50 state. So you still want to exploit the snowballing of your heroes right now if you are the side of Wildcard.
DM finally has a bigger item in the form of a BKB.
It is really hard to use.
Basically just have to wait for Golem, it
I mean,
feels like.
what else do you buy though? It's just, I'm trying to think of what, if there's some sort of really cool build he could have gone. I'm just not seeing it. Like if you were crushing the game, maybe you could have gone Crimson and then pushed.
I'm sure Speed's
but-
made a video on that. Maybe we
Yeah.
can check that out in between
That's
games. Actually, you can alt tab right now. Google that. Oh, congregations from 9 class. Gonna spot out Yamsen in the pit as Roche not happy about this. No one very close. Only 1,200 away from what I consider to be the literal best Ags in the entire game.
That's your number 1?
Yes,
It is.
This is-
It is high. It is definitely up there.
I feel very strongly about it. And I do not play this hero at all.
That makes you very.
That makes me unbiased.
Very
That's-
qualified
that's
to
the
rank
point of
it.
me saying that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, your ranking is how annoyed am I when people who can play the hero have it?
No, it's from my experience casting games and seeing how big of a
Casting,
power
okay.
spike that is. As Yamsen in the pit,
Where's the Dawn Axe on that list?
it's not top 10. It's good.
Really?
It's. I mean, come on. There's 100. How 30?
Dawn Axe.
It's top 20 probably.
Okay, fair.
Yamsen looks like they're going to get a free Roche
It's
for the
your
wildcard
list.
side.
You don't have to be right. You just need to be opinionated. It's
You
all
think
good.
it's a top 10 then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's very high. I think
Make a list for you at some
I
point.
think the pros would rate it top 5.
I mean, the pros are dumb, though.
That's, touche.
Thunder God's Wrath for scouting.
Yeah. They'll confirm that Roche is dead after the Roshan is dead announcement.
Yeah, I think just checking if they had smoked.
Yeah.
Very common move. You would know that if you paid attention in your casts.
Teach
He's
me.
going to show up in the top lane to take care of some of these Eidolons.
Or all of them. I might just let these walk off. No, never mind.
Oh, concoction from Yamsen. The Abyssal Blade. GM is super dead.
Nice BKB, son.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Not
hard
gonna
game.
help you when you get jumped.
Very hard game.
I think this is really interesting. Once again, I don't want to start theory crafting on this too much because this game is far from over, but once again, it comes back to Wildcard's willingness to give away this Enigma and structure an entire strategy around countering that hero. They have just completely mitigated DM's impact. This is the worst Enigma game we've seen from him in a very long time.
Yeah. Now you're seeing the
nothing to
Agnes Scepter
speak
from
of.
no one. And the Nimbus place. This will be
Snowball.
an
But
eventual
keep him in
kill.
the Nimbus so he can't play.
Surely. Satanic gets credit for that one. So Satanic, as we can see, Mjolnir, MKB, BKB, Eye of Skadi, and then his namesake in Satanic next.
Satani.
Satani.
How did that become Italian?
He is very, very strong.
Yep.
I mean, is there anyone he can't, like, he can kill everybody in his chrono if there's no assistance, I would assume, at this point.
Like, if he chronos a hero who he can kill 100 to 0?
Yeah, without any assistance from the teammates.
Warlock and Tusk.
Oh, you're saying he can only kill 2 heroes, right?
He can only kill the supports
Oh,
alone.
okay.
Yeah. He can't kill... Void Spirit has 25 armor and 3k health. Dawn has 3,500 health and 30 armor. And Alk has 30 armor and 3k health. So yeah, I don't think he solos anyone except supports.
Okay.
But he's also not going to solo. There's going to be
No,
a
no,
Nimbus. There's going to be a Thunder God's
Yamsen,
Wrath. Unless
finding
he's dead,
Ducalis.
then it's going to be neither. Oh.
Gets the heavenly jump off to slow Yamsen, which isn't going to be enough to get away, it seems. RCY joins the party. Another death to Ducalis' name.
Is it high ground time? You have the wave, you have siege creeps, you have all spells ready.
Well,
You have Aegis.
Chemical Rage is going to be running out. He does have Berserk Potion, of course, as a little pick-me-up.
That's nice against Ember.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower
And they're going to
is under
poke at the high ground.
Banner.
Roche banner placed. Speed with his Alpha Wolf at the ready as well. Tower's already dead. As Yamsen going to be spotted now. Satanic jumps in, gets silenced instantly with the wall response. Solar guarding as well, but the pick-me-up is there, but the Astral Step on top of him. Void Spirit is getting so low. The black hole on several heroes from DM. Is there follow-up, though? Satanic gets his Chronosphere off and is beating everybody to death. Already 3 down, but the Aegis is one of them. Satanic time walks close to the fountain. As Yamsen, back in normal form, still hitting these buildings as Speed with the Golem continuing to apply some pressure as they get the Abyssal Blade onto Satanic. He's still going to be fine, though. He's already at half HP, has a time walk up as well. Gets rebounded by 9 class. And now the time dilation coming to work. Fade does finish off the melee barracks, but this is looking like the death of the rest of Wildcard. As Fade will drop to the deck, so Void Spirit, the only one to survive until Ducalis finds him on the other side. A full team wipe at the cost of a melee barracks.
Oh my, you need to see this replay. It is so damn close. Satanic clutches that. He was on 5% HP, I think, from the second Dawn ulti, and you gotta question. I mean, it's so easy to say this stuff in hindsight, right? Wildcard, they thought they could burst the Faceless Void. Satanic puts himself out there as bait. He tanks through absolutely everything. Largely courtesy, of course, of his 25 talent. Look at this replay. So pay attention to the Void's HP now as he enters this fight. They're going to use 2 Dawn ultis, but one of them will get interrupted. So they start poking here. Punch, Dawn ult. This pick-me-up is massive. And this ult, the black hole on 2% HP on the Void.
Yeah.
They then get the 3-man black hole, the 2-man chrono, everybody's locked down. And even after that, it still wasn't a clear-cut victory.
And now they are going high ground instead. P-Vision get the tier 3. They might be able to get all these buildings as Wildcard does not want to expend a buyback. Meanwhile, Bignum against Ducalis. But more importantly, that mid lane is completely down now.
So is Bignum.
So equalizing the game in terms of the barracks. In fact, they get the range as well. Bignum does get taken out in the end by no one. And what a shift. And exactly what I discussed in the high ground, it feels like is where a lot of these teams falter.
PVISION'The patience paid off, and Wildcard did the worst possible thing that could happen there, and they were so close to succeeding. If they kill Void there, the game is over.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think he had buyback gold. So that was an all-in from Satanic, trusting that his teammates would cover for him with the pick-me-up and the black hole. 5% more damage there, and we're going to game 3. And now instead, the entire lead is gone in 1 minute. Crazy, crazy stuff. They were 20k up. You're going to see this graph here. Oof. That is a pretty significant change. And yeah, now, you know, everything we were praising Wildcard for and the strength of their lineup, I still think this game is absolutely winnable for them because of the solutions they have to Enigma. But with the Rax advantage going the way of PVISION and the scaling they're now acquiring, probably something like a 2-to-1 or a 3-to-1 favorite at this point. Now Faceless Void also with the butterfly even more.
Look at his inventory, man. This is filth incarnate. 6 slotted. Going for Shard next. Can go for the Ags, I suppose. Now, what is this? What is this? What did I miss?
What?
What did I miss here? Did they block these creeps somehow? What happened?
There was a banner down there forever, right?
It's just an army of creeps. This is like the old YouTube videos where Chen would just, and Earthshaker would just block the creeps constantly.
So I'm assuming the banner from the push was just sitting there? And the creeps couldn't push out?
I don't know. As we're gonna have a fight though. Yamsit has a concoction, his pistol blade onto No One to punch into the air, but 9 Class now gonna force the Alchemist away. And No One with the BKB, gonna pursue further once his BKB's down. Bignum's already down and out, but a nice Aether Remnant onto No One. He gets dropped by RCY. Bignum buys back in the game as Alchemist is just getting kited so hard as Satanic comes in with the Chronosphere with a little help from Zeus. The Chaotic Offering is not enough as Bignum tries to save him with the Snowball, but it's a little too late. And now Satanic can have his way with the rest of them as Bignum gets dieback now as DM with the BKB is going to be fully safe against Fade, who has to pop his Refresher, the Eon Disc procs as well. And now on the run is Fade on this Dawnbreaker. Has the hammer to the high ground, but the Searing Chains uses a Solar Guardian to get away successfully. But another great fight for PVISION.
And that was with
That's a buyback though from No One.
That was with the shortest black hole of DM's career. I don't know if he canceled it himself or whatever that was, but they still managed to win that fight. I think Refresher was on cooldown earlier in the engagement, so couldn't really get the immediate follow through. And yeah, once you isolate and kill the Alchemist, the fight just blows wide open. And the No One buyback, of course, should be a consideration going forward in this game.
Yeah.
If Wildcard could somehow kill him again, might open the door. But instead, Speed will not get out of this.
Spotted. Looking for a high five is No One. Speed will not reciprocate.
DM will, though.
And Satanic, high ground number 2. Ooh, that is, okay, Divine Rapier for Fade. It has come to this. He has been carrying the game for Wildcard so far.
I don't mind it. This is a ton of damage on Dawnbreaker.
Absolutely. This is going to be 2 lanes of Rax, though, easily for PVISION. Roche is up, so we'll see if they consider that.
The thing you have to be really careful with now for Fade is to not use Starbreaker when your Aeon Disc has procced. Because what you're presenting by buying Rapier here is a way to kill Void. It's them saying we cannot win a fight without getting through Satanic first.
Right.
They just keep sending him in front and covering him, and we have to be able to pierce. This offers a solution to that with Starbreaker, but if you do it and Aeon Disc gets procced during the combo, it's all for naught. Actually, he took the Celestial Hammer talent on 25 instead of the Starbreaker cooldown. That could come back to bite him. He has he has all of the Solar Guardian focused talents and none of the crit and attack ones. So no Luminosity attacks required, no crit strike,
time to get 30.
No Starbreaker. Yeah, he needs levels.
He's going for the late game.
Love that.
Smoke from both sides. This fight going to dictate a lot. course, PVision have the barracks advantage. So they can kind of just sit around to a degree and wait for those creeps to push in. Feels like if PVision get this Roche, that might just be it.
How do you kill Void twice, right? They've been struggling so hard to do it one time.
Satanic will be able to get the D ward as Roche, very confused in his old age, will exit the pit temporarily.
They need to kill him pretty fast, 20 seconds before he moves.
That's true.
So if they can stall him at all, this will not happen.
And Nimbus to start things out. You have the Remnant there as well. And there's the Belch for all to hear. Bignum and Yamsen going to try to backstab. There's the vision, though, from the Zeus. Yamsen has to pop his low with the concoction as well. Nimbus is placed. Satanic's in the Chronosphere.
Oh, no.
The actual Roshan, he's going to be able to snatch the Aegis, I guess. Wildcard ends up getting, but now Fade inside the pit. The Eon Disc procs, has a Divine Rapier. He cannot die here, but can you get through Satanic twice? The second ult comes out from Satanic. Does he have the damage to rip through this Dawnbreaker? He does! The Divine Rapier on the deck. Satanic picks it up. GG is called as PVision will move on to the International.
Damn, that was a turnaround and a half. That was a 40,000 gold swing in 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was quite the game.
Wildcard had everything in their hand, and one high ground push fails, and it all comes crashing down about as fast as you could imagine. You can see the joy and the relief, I think, also in PVision's faces. They were not interested in playing a third game.
Ooh.
And in the wildcard camp, that one's, it's got a sting, right?
Yeah.
You enter TI, or Road to TI rather, as one of the underdogs. You start tasting this could actually be possible. You get to the elimination round. You're an inch away from winning a second game and having that be a one. And in the end, just not quite there.
Not quite, as PVision will move on.
It's such a tough loss for Wildcard, for the hope of NA and all the fans out there. This game could have been theirs. We could have been seeing a game number 3. It does eventuate to being a PVision win here, but Wildcard, I feel like even though they're not moving on Fly, it's so easy to sit here and sing the praises of everything that was the first 35, 38 minutes of this fantastic game from them.
I think they really proved that they were here as a competitor. They were definitely, probably should have won this game, which I'm sure they're going to be angry about at themselves and the mistakes they've done, but they put up a great show, they put up a great fight, and I hope we see these guys again. I think RCY showed that he's a fantastic new talent from North America.
Yeah.
And it's a pleasure to watch him play Dota.
I was so impressed, Fear, by what happened in the mid lane. That's not only by RCY himself, but also the support's really offering him a lot in the rotations towards mid. So you said it, 2.5 years ago, RCY, one of the best talents to be coming out of NA and proving it really on this on the stage today.
Yeah, it may have been a 2-0, but there was a lot of fight within that team. That's what you like to see. And yeah, they should have won this game. It was very close, and you might be able to argue even game 1 was in their control as well. They just need to work on the key fundamentals, really, and this team could be very good. Like, this could have been a potential 2-0 on the side of Wildcard if they just played slightly better, and that's pretty scary, and it's nice to see. And I think teams coming out of North America, we oftentimes don't have a lot of variety, but finally, we have another team from NA coming out that is making some waves here. Usually it was just Shopify every single time here, so good to see Wildcard doing good things, and RCY, yeah, he looks amazing, and hopefully he just continues to practice.
Yeah, you say focus on some key fundamentals. When you look at the series, what exact ones would you have said?
Well, they're definitely going to look at high ground pushing after this one.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I didn't really need to ask about that one, did I?
And it's just basically, you have a lot of good tape now to look at from playing one of the best teams in the world, and that's going to be a confidence boost for them going back into their region for sure. They're going to definitely feel like their goal now is to beat these PVisions of the world, and that's going to make them much more stronger. But I hope they do stick it out together and just fix these small issues, because they looked pretty darn good.
Yeah, I was really impressed as well by Fade's Dawnbreaker. Like, in the early game, looking at how high his net worth was and how much impact he was having. It's just joy to watch that. I am also really impressed with PVision. Like, obviously, it is sad to see Wildcard go, and I think they showed, what they're made of in this tournament to us. But oh my god, to be that far behind, it was so fun to just watch the minimap and see how they were managing to split their heroes around to try and get as much out of the map as possible to keep up net worth. Because Satanic's Void was like right up there with an Alchemist for most of the game in a game that they're getting destroyed in. I was like, watching the way this man was putting like his Mjolnir active on his Helm of Dom creep and then sending that down lanes, for example, whilst then farming the outer edge of the map and so on and so on. I know this is highlighting no one.
We're getting there.
But for me, Satanic was my MVP, man. The way this guy got farmed, hui!
Easily the MVP. I think this guy carried them 2 games. He straight up carried his team.
Yeah, I mean, in the first game, it really was just this patiently waiting for that Anti-Mage to get online. And in this game number 2, it felt the same about the Faceless Void. The same thing can be said props for Wildcard. They did end up slowing that down a little bit. They did end up finding him when he was trying to make that space and farm up and keep a net worth there for himself. But yeah, that high ground push, I don't like, even when we watch the replay fly, I'm still kind of questioning like just exactly how PVision could hold that and continue on and actually pull back this game.
I mean, there's a problem when you start winning games. Your mind tends to relax a little bit, and you lose a little bit of focus. And you cannot lose your focus for a single second in this game. Like, we've seen so many teams throw on the high ground. You're playing against Chronosphere and Black Hole, and sure, you have tools to deal with them with Dawnbreaker and Warlock. But if you just walk up together and just get spells on everyone, you're gonna all lose, and that 40k gold swing just goes the other way, and it's a disaster.
Yeah, we are going to look a little bit more at the earlier part of this, right? Because again, it's going to be the last time we're seeing Wildcard here on their road to the International. And so I do think it's fair that we go back, take it a little bit, and really break down this game. Because the first Golem was where you wanted to look at Fly and the use of it.
This was a bit more critical towards Wildcard, but I think Speed had a fantastic game. He's been part of already 4 kills. And he got a very early level 6 this game. And his first golem usage, I would have liked him to use it to actually get a tower, but he sort of does it defensively, which does help him live, but then he suicides his golem into the tower, which was a bit unfortunate. But Speed was off to a great start, and you usually don't get early level 6 anymore like this, so props to Speed, probably a little better usage, but still.
It's just a random flame clip.
We thought the game was going to go the other way, so it didn't feel as
Like gold did like 50 damage to that tower.
worth something, right? There was also the lane swap. That's actually something we didn't talk about because of this eventual comeback, right? The ending of this game just really kind of took everyone else over, that we forgot about how good this early game was. The fact that you're able to get an early 6, the fact that they did do this lane swapping to ensure that the Dawn was staying up against the Enigma and making DM really struggle on a comfort hero.
Yeah, DM, he did struggle, but like, that's the nice thing about him, is that even though he is basically spending the entirety of his mid game being snowballed by a Tusk into a Dornal and just dying over and over again, he's doing the same thing that Satanic is, where he's playing like on the edges of the map and trying to farm and sending Eidolons out to lanes. And like, you keep seeing how Wildcard have to send heroes back to like deal with these lanes being pushed in all the time by the Helms, by the Eidolons. And he did get his net worth up and he did get his items. And we see by the end of the game, between the Chronosphere and the Black Hole, they had too many threats for them to deal with.
The next part in this game that we would like to look at is for yourself, Fear. This one is something, you know, to highlight PVision, that they were never really truly out of it, right?
Definitely not, and it's just good movement here. Void took the gate this way, and just highlighting the fact of this Helm Dom and how much utility it has. Satanic bought it. Normally Faceless Void is a hero that is pretty useless, but he provided the creep so 9 class could get in there, get that kill, and then they made the rotations here. And this is where the game was going really well for PVision, and a lot of it does have to do with just having great rotations by Satanic here.
Yes, sir. I get like taken away that we are still talking about this game, and you're going to just sit here and watch it there. It's an interesting one. You know that on the other side, the Arc is still farming it up. A lot of us know the in-betweens of what happens from this. They really don't want to sack this top tower, though, Fear. They're not willing to give it up, because after that, maybe not even a minute later, they're fighting there again. It felt like I was watching another replay.
They were just kind of bleeding up there, to be honest with you, because Alchemist was farming and they brought
Interesting.
5 heroes each time. So these are the things good teams are going to do to you. Get very active, especially as a carry player, making the decisions when to move on the map. And Satanic did a great job this game of doing so.
And the final linchpin, I will say, of what happened in this game that really swung it into PVision's favor is, of course, this high ground hold from them, the high ground push that came from the side of Wildcard. Ray, you gotta explain to me again, all right? The cast is talking about, we see one replay, but what exactly is happening for Faceless Void to live?
I would need to watch this in like 5% speed to truly understand, but I will give most of the props to this pick-me-up facet on Marcy. Got him so far back into the base, made Wildcard have to extend so far out and saved his life. I think he also then just like throws him as well. Satanic lives on like 1% HP, mostly due to this Marcy, and it lets him get his BKB off of Satanic and get back into the fight. I mean, it could have been devastating if he hadn't, because he did not have buyback.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of an early Dawn ulti here, which caused the issues, right? Because then Enigma gets a 4-man black hole. The Void gets to jump the Warlock because the Warlock wants to interrupt the black hole, but, you know, he gets chronosphered. So just a series of disasters. Good pick-me-up by 9class for sure. He did what he had to do. But then it was just that lack of, I don't even know, discipline, I would say, from the side of Wildcard. And that's how you lose games, unfortunately.
Yeah, you kind of realize the fight's turning against you. You want to throw everything towards it. PVision, very patient. The patience played off. They get a 2-0 here. They are now secured top 8 at TI. We're going to head on down to Pyrian with one of those victorious players.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. I am here with No One from PVision. Congratulations on that win, first of all. Just talk me through that high ground hold in game 2, because it looked like that was the turning point in the game for you.
Yeah, it was too shaky, I would say, because Void survived on 100 HP, I would say. I don't know, they jumped us at the high ground. We tried to save him with Marcy, and in the end, it did work out for us, yeah.
So, I mean, I felt like Wildcard were actually kind of maybe took you by surprise a little bit in that game. Do you think that there have been a few teams this TI that have surprised the other teams in how well they've played?
I think on this side there's like 14 teams that can compete, and like it proves, right, because Tundra is in lower bracket right now, 2-3, Liquid as well 2-3, Spirit 2-3, and like you cannot expect this, but it happened. Like all the China Dota as well is like rising up and like beating everybody, so this TI is like really competitive.
It is very competitive. And of course, you've got 3 first-timers here. You've got Satanic, 9class, and Ducalis, their first TI. You've been to a fair few TIs. How are you helping them to adapt to the situation?
I mean, I don't think I need even like to try to, I mean, I don't think I need to help, because we have a coach, we have a team environment that like creates, and everybody like know what to do and how to deal with some things.
Okay, and also, which teams have impressed you the most? You were just saying there were all these teams could compete. Which team has stood out to you as like, wow, these guys are actually playing some really good dotes?
I mean, of course, Extreme, because we played the Clan War before they started the group stage, and I already said like, oh my god, these guys are good. Because like, you felt it like whole year, they were like, and the first Clan War that we played against them on TI, it was like, they showed a really good data. And they proved it, they 4-0. Yeah.
Fair enough. And last of all, what are your plans for the off days? We've got a few days off now. You're going to take a break, or are you just going to scrim hard?
I think 1 day break and then scream hard, watch replays, like talk through about the heroes, because I think there's like lots of new things that can be invented right now in Dota because of Dominator, I would say, in this patch. So yeah, we will like, first of all, like chill a bit, take a deep breath, because even against Wildcard it was like hard game, I would say, second one. They surprised us with the draft, especially the Alchemist last pick, because we pick like Faceless Void Enigma, and they just like wanted to tempo us with Down and Alch, and it was working great for them, and they swapped the lane, so yeah, we need to chill first.
All right, well, thank you for taking the time to talk to me, No One. Congratulations on making the final 8. We look forward to seeing you in the rest of the tournament. Back to you guys.
I appreciate Pierre getting all that information there, and a very well-deserved break for P-Vision before they do continue on in a couple of days at Barclays Arena. And for them, they're like, we actually want to experiment more with what Helm Dome can do. I thought we were already at the limits flight here with 4 of them.
There's 5 coming next time we see these guys. I think they're a very creative team, and it's just fun to see what they're going to bring out. It's cool to have these couple of days to find something new, take this time to really review the game. And yeah, Dota's all about inventing, coming up with new ideas, and this is a team that does it. So I'm very excited to see what they're going to bring to the table.
Yeah, you got to keep pushing yourself. You got to keep proving yourself. And Wildcard, while they don't get the win here, they are eliminated. They definitely proved themselves. And I know someone who would love to sing their praises just a little bit more, and that's Purge.
Thanks, Nat. Yeah, I wanted to look over what Wildcard did that was so effective in their match, because both games, they won the laning stage against one of the best teams in the entire world, which is incredible. Here's one of the ways they did it. Dewarding was fantastic for them. They got both observer wards at the start of the game, which is virtually never happens. It's incredible that Big Gnome was able to snipe both of them. Good placements here, checking some obvious spots, and he manages to get the second ward, which is just a great start. It's going to make your mid have slightly better time. This rotation by speed was obviously very effective. Shadow ward on a melee hero fighting melee heroes is obviously very good, because you're both healing and dealing damage in an AoE. And because he managed to link both of them with the Fatal Bonds, when Ducalis ultimately dies, it's one little imp that no one did not expect here, and as a result, he ends up ceasing to exist. So a really nice double kill there by speed. Very atypical rotation from the Warlock that normally doesn't pan out very well. Then he played top for a while. He didn't show for quite a long period of time before getting this kill, so they then killed DM and the other side of the map, which is fantastic. Around the 10-minute mark, they had this amazing first fight where their laning advantage was decent, but this combo was incredibly powerful, cleaning up both heroes super easily. Got them a really nice advantage, now up to 2k there. Later on, Ducalis put a very deep ward over here in the jungle. Very normal to do this, because you're trying to spot where your opponents are making their movements from. But when he approached the creep wave, he ended up being visible, because they must have killed something bad happened there. The trees all died. And as a result, they got a little information that there was a ward. They did also manage to get a little kill out of this using tag team and Dawn spin, which is very strong. So later on, Big Gnome moves over. He's looking for the D ward. He can't find it, and he gets it with the second sentry. So at this point, the vision that P-Vision are dealing with is just really low compared to normal. And as a result, it actually just forces them to have to do things like Zeus ultis just to get vision on the map. So they're not able to use that offensively. They're just trying to avoid and stem some of the bleeding, which does kind of continue happening regardless. They get this really cool solo or double kill on the mid lane on no one that allows them to take the tier 1 tower. And this all kind of just compounds for fight after fight, where Wildcard gets to make really good decisions, and their opponents can't really see it coming because they're smoking from weird angles. P-Vision doesn't have very much vision to play around, and it all gave them this really nice net worth lead. So this was not the advantage I expected to see Wildcard get, but they played so well against one of the best teams in the world. They had a great showing. It's a shame that they're going home at this point.
It is when you break it all down like that for us, Purge, which we do appreciate.
Thanks, Purge.
Thanks, Purge. It's really hard for you. I mean, you're someone that played in NA for so long. You still do every now and then on your pubs. But when we say goodbye to Wildcard now, knowing just how well they played that game, an unfortunate loss, any other words out there for the NA hopefuls, players?
Yeah, I mean, just keep it up, keep playing, fix your mistakes, and that's all it takes. Just consistency and stop changing rosters.
Okay. Consistency, stop changing rosters. We heard it there from Fear himself. We're only halfway through our day right now. There are still 2 more teams to qualify to make our final top 8 at TI. And we want to get things rolling, but before we move forward, let's have a look back to before the road to the international playoffs, where Pyrian sat down with Insania.
Hello, I am here with the oldest player at the tournament, Insania. I'm also the oldest person working the tournament, so 2 old men having a chat. Coming here as the old man of Dota now, has that changed your mentality at all coming into the tournament?
Not really. I've been looking at myself move up the list over the years. You go on Wikipedia, you look at the oldest people, and you were I'm 6, 7 people off. Now as the years go by, people are slowly dropping off, but I'm still going strong. And now I finally made it to the top. So
hell yeah! I mean, you come in here as a reigning champion.
Yeah, exactly.
So how has your guys' season been? Obviously coming here as champions, how has that changed your season, and how would you rate your season overall?
I think we had maybe a little bit of laziness because of winning TI last year. I think this year for us was and in many ways quite relaxed, up until a point where we were like, okay, like we really need to get our stuff together because it's not happening.
Right.
And I think it was around the times of we played PGL Wallachia, and I remember before one of these events, I had a wedding in Hawaii coming up in June, and I told Nish, like, hey, I really need to make this wedding. My cousin's getting married. It's in Hawaii. I really want to go, and we need to get everything together. And Nisha just looked at me and went like, don't worry about it. I'll get you there. And in order to be able to go to the wedding, we needed to be directly invited to TI.
Okay.
So then Nisha kicked it into high gear, and I think as soon as he did that, the rest of the team picked up steam, and that kind of fixed our slow start to the season.
So do you think that maybe having a commitment in your diary for a wedding or something like that is a bigger motivator than...
I think Nisha's a good friend, and if you need something from him, he will put in the work, and he'll like make sure to push the team forward. So, yeah, I think for him also it's kind of nice to have something to like work towards.
Yeah. What about your expectations for this TI coming here as champions?
Expectations is a funny word, I think. I try to like not really have expectations. Obviously, I'm hopeful. I think we're a strong team. We can do well. I think top 3 is within grasp. And then I think everything after that is kind of just who shows up in better form.
Right. And speaking of form, I mean, you feel like the chemistry is good on the team at the moment, but do you feel in your scrims and in your practice like we are really playing at our best? Or do you still think maybe we're going to see the best of you once the serious games start?
Yeah, I think Liquid as a team, just in general, we will probably look at our best somewhere in the playoffs. I think we have this thing with like, okay, I'll just be real honest. I have nothing to fear. Our coach doesn't do any work, right? So he has no idea what's going on until the tournament begins, and then
we're talking about Blitz here.
Yeah. KP and Jabs, amazing.
Yeah.
Blitz, on the other hand, he doesn't really do anything. Okay. So he doesn't know what heroes are being played until like he's seen a lot of games happen, and that's usually where Liquid looks quite shaky. I think you can kind of tell from our drafts, and then the longer we go into the event, the more games Blitz has seen and the more ideas he has for like, this is how we want to draft. This is how we want to do things.
So if something doesn't work out, we can blame Will.
Oh yeah. Don't even hesitate.
Perfect.
Like, please go to social media.
Yeah.
And
start a
let
Reddit
Blitz
thread.
know. Yeah. Reddit threads.
Absolutely.
Even if it's not like draft related, make it about the draft.
Probably yeah, fair enough. Now, last question, because I think this is probably the one I'd like to close on.
Cool.
I have heard some rumors, and you've talked about it on your podcast, that you were...
That is the best thing that can happen.
I'm hoping for it.
It's over. We're done for the predictions. It was fun. So far, being in the elimination round, I think a lot of people in their prediction had this team going 1-4 or even 0-4.
Yeah, this is exciting.
This is,
absolutely.
They've been playing really well. They've found their own style and the stuff that works for them. And like the panel said, they've been thriving a lot off of specifically counter picks that their players play against some of the meta heroes. In this one, don't really necessarily feel like they counter PVISION'The's lineup, which is my biggest concern. This anti-mage seems to have a pretty solid game, and I also think the Invoker is not fully accounted for either.
Unorthodox, but effective.
But with some swift plays, their lineup can accelerate very quickly off of Batrider and Marcy, and Queen of Pain, of course.
No, Queen of Pain played by RCY. No one on the
Yeah, let's see if Insania is going for other goals, or maybe after this TI, maybe after next. A best of 3 Team Liquid and Tundra Esports. I know, I don't think anybody had this on their bingo card when they thought about Elimination Series on the final day here.
Anti-mage, a hero that we got. Kezu says that eliminates you from content.
Monkey King goes through the gate for. That's not one you necessarily see coming, and far away from there for now. Do you feel like Speed is making a mistake not going Blink. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm expecting. Yeah, I'm expecting.
This game, lasso, grip.
Yeah.
Kiting out Marcy. We saw Faith Beyond, also known as Bach, have an insane game on that Undying.
Wait, was that him?
Nope, it was XXS. I was testing you. XXS had an insane
I cast
game.
that game. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
that
so did
game?
I, but...
yeah, no, I don't think you were there.
No, you did it alone. Well, evidently, I wasn't. I was there in spirit.
It's funny that people haven't really been prioritizing Shard since the nerfs from like years ago.
In my defense, Bach was in the game, though. He was in the other team.
That's right.
So... And
Very
he's
close
also a very good player, and therefore he could have done the same thing.
Yes.
But
he
it
didn't.
was XXS, that's right.
He went for cart.
He did the cart plays, which were equally impressive.
Yes.
And that made for a hell of a series, of course.
That's the best game that we've
first
cast.
team for TI. That was the 3-0 versus 3-0 showdown.
Yeah, that was
yesterday.
Very good. Okay, so Satanic with the Basher.
Yeah.
And we'll be finishing the full Abyssal first.
Standard
what do you
stuff.
want to see after that? Does he need to go BKB? If he sees this Aghanim Scepter on Marcy, perhaps?
I think either BKB or Satanic. Like, both options are good. I guess, like you said, with Marcy Axe, maybe the BKB becomes a little bit better, but you can also use Satanic as a dispel, right?
This is going to be a big play. Smoke from Wildcard is going to be
moment.
broken up by 9 class. Roche number 2 underway. Belches right in Satanic's face. And there's the counter smoke now from P-Vision. See if they try to wrap around now. I don't believe either team has a scan either remaining. Actually just not gonna force anything, it seems. Still 2 more minutes until Roche switches spots.
Yep. If nothing else, that play from P-Vision did force.
I mean, the pit is super scary, though.
Yeah.
For both sides, really. No one.
Set up.
It's the meatball. Trying to force out this borrowed time. Nightmare provides a little bit of extra getaway. Yeah, Tombstone is always something you have to worry about. Mortimer's Kisses from so far away. And on the other side, you have a hero that can just go in and out of the pit at free will with the Bat Rider. And the Sonic Wave basically covers the entire pit. It's a pretty scary proposition. Looks like Yamson's going to go straight for the Bloodthorn now that the Orchid is done.
Yeah, it's the build here. And then after that, he's going to go Abyssal. And then by piling everything onto the AM.
Have experimented a little bit more. They have flexed some picks. I've seen some Lashraks being played on 4 puck as well. So they have the curveball. Let's put it that way.
They definitely have thrown some curveballs.
Second rush was underway for P-Vision. Now they're in a
maybe they have or have not been able to follow from other teams that are doing well. And one of the bigger trends is game time, average game time. Because Misery, this is a very big difference between these 2 teams.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, of course, it's not that many games, but it still tells a story, right? That the average game time for Liquid is a bit higher, and the win as well. Like when Tundra wins, it's pretty early on in the game, right? They maybe capitalize on some 33 Sue type of hero, some Dominators, and they really stomp the game. Whereas Liquid, however, takes a little bit longer. And then the unique heroes here is kind of interesting, I think. The fact that they've played 39 and 35 unique heroes in this few days, right? Whereas other teams are only hovering around 30 here, as we can see, and these are the qualified teams. So that also tells a story that perhaps they're not really sure what their own identity is, what's really working for them. At least there's a lot of new heroes every series, right? I agree with Lizard though. They did seem towards the end start picking Lashrak and Puck a bit earlier, and like kind of going back to some of the true niche heroes and maybe finding that. But interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what what these teams are going to have for us today.
You know what I really like as well? You mentioned the average game times. Like when you think about it, most of these teams in the tournament are currently the winning ones, at least.
Yeah.
The ones that are true have played really long games.
True,
that has been their forte, right? Like take the games long, split the map, farm the map, and maybe that's something that Tundra kind of lacked. I feel like sometimes they prepare themselves for the late game, but sometimes they overdo it. Like their series versus Heroic, I think they had a Tinker and an Anti-Mage as well.
So for future matches, we can always go that the team is favorite that has the longest average game time. I think that's the theme of this TI so far.
I mean, so far, yeah, it has been.
I think when the games end early, it's often because teams make too big mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Too many mistakes. They feed away too many kills. They take bad fights, things like that. When we see these long games extend, it is because both teams are playing so disciplined and so well. And yeah, I mean, let's see what we got going here. It's a draft starting, and we got an Invoker.
This is the very first day, Stormer, when we were watching the opening of the Road to TI, Tundra was obviously still doing pretty well in that one, especially in their first series, where this was the hero that they won with, and ever since we saw it banned frequently. The fact that Liquid let it through here for Tundra. BZM with the Helm of the Dominator first item, Invoker, has been doing well.
Yeah, and he also, we just saw it on the screen, right? He has 100% win rate so far. So other teams even copied it. We saw PVISION especially. They copied it and already picked it 2 or maybe even 3 times for no one as well. Obviously, Liquid is aware of this. They should have seen this coming because it is. You can see the pattern quite easily, right? They're gonna pick this hero if it has 100% win rate on them.
Yeah.
So curious to see what the answer is gonna be because high chance you just pick the niche hero here, right? You know what's coming for you.
What could that be then? I mean, the puck is already banned.
Ember. I would say it's almost guaranteed Ember because Liquid has always been rolling really well with it here. Okay, I'm wrong. It's Disruptor.
I mean, Ember might come later, but they just choose to take it a bit more slow, right? Like we sometimes see teams do, instead of jumping the gun with the core pick.
Yeah, probably Nisha is saying like, okay, there are multiple uneven level heroes that I would like to play into the Invoker. Let's take the Disruptor first because we've also seen that this hero has been popping off on this event so far, and it is one of the, if not the most contested post 5. Most picked hero?
It's the most picked. Also, Liquid has played, I think, 6 games of this. This is the one hero they keep picking, actually.
And they're not the only ones. I feel like this hero has kind of quietly crept into the meta, and everyone just started picking him. No matter what the enemy team first phases, I feel like Disruptor is an all-right hero to pick. You don't really show a lot. With Invoker, you're showing a lot, right, on the other side. Meanwhile, with Disruptor, it's just a stable position 5. It's a really strong laner. It's good catch. And the silence from the ulti, of course, later down the path with the Aghanims can always scale.
I must say the one criticism I have towards this is that, in my opinion, it doesn't really give too much response to the Invoker. Usually mid lane heroes who don't like to play against Disruptor are elusive heroes. Let's name the Ember, the Quap, the Puck, the Storm. Invoker, even with the Stormy build, is quite a summon hero even. And Disruptor, generally speaking, doesn't trade too well into those. But Liquid is gonna have the reason.
What do you hate playing into as Invoker?
Well, I would still say that the Ember Spirit is something that Liquid should be looking at here. He generally speaking, he's not that good at...
banned.
Never mind, it's banned. Yeah, mobile heroes are usually quite good against Invoker because all of the spells, they kill immobile heroes quite easily with the Meteor, with the Tornado setup. But if you're a bit elusive, it can be harder to track them down. So now with Ember and Puck being banned already, the pool of heroes is getting a little bit smaller. There's something like a Void Spirit that also comes to mind. I think personally it's a tier below the Ember Spirit, but Nisha has been playing that before.
Could we see a Nisha Sanking? Is that something that they might bust out here? Because it's kind of a little bit limited to at least the meta heroes. It is Void Spirit, like you mentioned, but apart from that, it's like what, Primal Beast? He's not the best against Invoker, right? And then you have the potential Sanking.
It's something that Spirit tried. They lost with it. Again, I mean, it was exactly the matchup against Tundra's BZM Invoker. They tried the Sanking. They lost with it. It's still a very good hero, obviously. The mid lane matchup will be kind of 50-50. Both people get basically what they want. It's just, usually when you see the mid lane matchup, right, you want to try to capitalize on it a little bit. You want to try to get an edge on the mid and not really aim for 50-50.
What if you had some good old Magic SF on that mid lane with some melee position 4? Is that doable? Never mind, there's gonna go with
the Sanking. Misery, you got it. I mean, yeah, it goes really well hand in hand with the Disruptor as well. Once he has a Blink Dagger timing and Disruptor's level 6, those two heroes can always pair up, go for smoke gangs, look for openings, and generally speaking, be a threat to anybody who's throwing on a wave.
So we feel like Liquid answered this well?
I think they didn't really address the Invoker too much. I think they're just drafting something that's solid for themselves, something that's also open. They have a lot of stun, they have a lot of catch, team fight. Like they have a lot of boxes ticked already with the first 2 picks, which is a really good thing when you're a second pick. But I don't think they really addressed the BCM Invoker just yet. I also want to mention that Tiny is still in the pool, which is a hero that could be really good for Tundra here.
It's also exceptional with Invoker. It's one of the few heroes in the laning stage that has enough stun duration to set up the Sunstreak reliably with both Toss and Ava. And they have ran this combo before. Usually Saxa is playing either Shadow Shaman or Tiny to set up for Invoker Sunstrike spells.
Could also be a Nyx Assassin maybe, but I think why would you Nyx if there is a Tiny?
Yeah, there you go. I mean, okay, you can keep going. You're laning everything. I'm just... No, this is a really good pick with Invoker.
So let's think about Liquid then. What are you looking at here? You probably, I mean, either you want to keep it open so Saberlight can play the Sand King somehow. So you pick the Mickey hero plus the Boxy hero perhaps, and then you keep it open for the last pick. Or you can just pick Saberlight plus Boxy, strong dual lane now, and then last pick Mickey. I feel like that's the 2 options that you kind of have to choose from here.
I guess they also have to do their homework. Okay, what heroes does Crystallis have on the 18th pick that could be threatening here?
Yeah.
A niche pick that is here on the 8th pick available for them is the Bloodseeker. We've some come out earlier because there's already a Sand King who's affected by Rupture. So I'm just throwing it out there. If they would pick something like a Pangoli or something, they should not do that against Crystallis in particular.
Sure.
They will obviously not do it because there's also a Pugna on Tundra's lineup.
Seeing that there's this Invoker in the pool, I guess you're not really worried about... They go with the Monkey King. That's also a hero that you're kind of taking away from Remco and you're picking it for yourself, right? Like, that's nice. But...
It's also a flex again, right? It could be Nisha, it could be Mickey, right? Leaving it the Sand King still flexible, somewhat.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, now they're gonna pair this up with a Boxy hero or an Insania hero, and basically everything is open.
There's no way that they combo like some Invoker with Faceless Void, right? Like, I'm seeing Disruptor, it's kind of difficult, but it's...
I think Tundra has a lot of options. I think they could even go for the Anti-Mage that we saw earlier. I think this hero is rising in popularity. There's the Faceless Void, like you said. There's a lot of stuns and a lot of catch, but the fact that you have the Chronosphere, you have a Invoker, right, with the Cataclysm, and you have a Pugna to secure the lane. It is definitely an option.
And they kind of play the similar way, right? Like, you get the Invoker, you get the Faceless Void, both of them are buying Helm of Dominator. Like, you have the early game aggression, and later on down the path, you have this unbeatable team fight.
What about 33, though? Like, his hero pool is...
targeted.
Kind of banned out a little bit right now.
A hero that is still in the pool
Darkseer?
is Darkseer. Yes, I was about to mention. I'm not really sure about the interactions in the lane. I mean, you do play against Glimpse, but we also saw in a series before that he actually instantly 9-picked a Darkseer into a Sand King because he values that matchup. You buy the pipe, you buy the auras. So he's definitely looking at it. It's just a question. Okay, I mean, here we go with the Darkseer.
I feel like you mentioned Disruptor, but a lot of players do not care anymore. Like, I see this Darkseer being picked into Disruptor anyway, very often. So you have the Tiny, you have the kill potential from level 3, like you said, and the creep skipping is always there.
Yeah, and Darkseer has always looked like a very strong hero if you survive the laning stage. I mean, his weakness are the first 2 levels. And if that is not being punished, I can see huge value coming out of
Another Dominator, by the way.
Yeah. Also, 2 Dominators already on Invoker and Darkseer. High chance coming.
We just saw a Warlock Dominator, so...
Oh, we saw Monkey King Dominator. I mean, we saw 4 Dominators on P-Vision. I think they would buy it on, I don't know, Pugna.
Liquid has no Dominator heroes right now, at least. Right? Unless you're going to go for something on Hoodwink or, I don't know.
There's no way they play Dom. None of those 4 heroes can play Dominator. I would go crazy.
Well,
does that mean that you want them to go for a different offlaner that can build into that? Or are we happy with an offlaner in the Sand King?
They will probably just try to round up the draft nicely. They're not gonna look at the Dom either specifically. But it would be quite funny if you had that as a strong condition in your draft.
Like, we need team fight, we need a stun, we need someone that built a Dominator.
So, Razor is a hero.
Abaddon.
We might see Abaddon, yeah. It's pretty good here, I think.
You profit off the Surge. It's very strong Alacrity synergy. You also cannot die to Epicenter. And they ran it before on Crystallis. There's also the Anti-Mage that you mentioned earlier, Lizard.
Yeah.
However, I think that is not the easiest game because every single hero in Liquid does have lockdown. And the static field is always a threat as well.
If they knew that Sand King was offlane, it wouldn't be that terrible. But
then it would be quite different, yeah.
But like this, with the flex on Sand King, it's kind of hard to commit into that Anti-Mage. But I do like your Abaddon call. I think that's maybe the easiest one to go for.
I think it's also one of the heroes actually Crystallis has the most success with.
Yes.
So far, when I've seen it.
There's like one thing that he needs to worry about, and that's the break plus silence, because they do have exactly that combo. You have the hoodwink with the break.
Oh, that's true, actually. They can actually threaten to kill him without his ult popping
So
off.
Abaddon can fall against these 4 heroes, even without popping his ulti.
There's also Sven. Sven looks pretty decent here as well.
Mm-hmm.
It will be the Night Stalker that is the final ban coming out from Tundra, and they will be the last one, or they're picking their last hero.
That's a really cool ban, by the way. I need to say that Liquid would play so damn fast with the Night Stalker. You'd be playing into Invoker, into a Pugna, into a Darkseer as well. It's annoying to play against that AoE silence.
Yeah, and I think Saberlight has a lot of Aegis steals with that hero as well in some of the tournaments they won.
I like your Sven call, by the way. I feel like another setup, another stun with Invoker, and overall just looks like a very strong hero. But nope, it's a Bloodseeker.
It's Bloodseeker instead. Okay. I mean, obviously here the Rupture is very effective against the Sand King. In some way, also against Monkey King, you cannot use your shard to jump out of the fight anymore. It is also very strong Alacrity synergy with the Invoker. However, he's not one of those tanky boys like the Abaddon or the Sven. He can also just die to one epicenter with follow-up.
It's absolutely his full comfort zone, right? Like the only thing that I'm worried about is before when they were playing this Bloodseeker, like I could see an instant reason why. Here, sure, there are some benefits to the Bloodseeker, but I don't think it's nearly
It's less obvious, right?
Yeah, it's not nearly as good of a game like when he was playing versus Pango plus Weaver a few days ago.
They did have Darkseer with it, and I do think that this hero adds something to their overall lineup.
Another Helm of Dawn?
What did he go?
Does he actually go dumb? Nah, he went Maelstrom
right?
BKB.
Maelstrom,
It must be. That must be the case because he needs that item to deal damage. He needs the Spell Lamp synergy.
Underlord.
It's a good Pit of Malice game. The Pit can lock them down with the Surge, with the fast-moving Bloodseeker. It's also very good follow-up when you have the Nisha plus Insania combo running around. You now have some global presence. It rounds up the draft quite nicely.
Yeah, I also think that the Monkey King carry here with the Disruptor against Darkseer has the potential to pop off, right? I think that should be a very good lane for Monkey. And if he has a good game, he can easily rotate to the gate and create chaos. Liquid has a very fast lineup with a lot of low cooldown spells, a lot of damage early game. So I think Tundra needs to be careful they don't get rolled over here. But at the same time, I think when Tundra gets their core items online, it's not that easy for Liquid to teamfight into them.
There's also one core item for Liquid that is very effective in this game in particular, and that is the Nullifier against the Surge, against the Partner Decrepifier. It's going to be an item that Mickey is going to pick up very early here, probably 3rd or 4th item.
Yeah, Nullifier early on, maybe some Yule Scepter on someone as well, for sure. I feel like for Team Liquid, this is, again, for Saberlight, a pipe game, right? Like a game in which you need to get all the auras. I'm not sure if
for Team Liquid, this is again for
I'd like to see auras instead.
Saberlight,
just to prevent all these early game pickoffs that they will be making with Tiny plus Invoker.
Very interesting drafts.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, can't wait to see how this one plays out.
Oh, it's so diplomatic.
Really? Oh, I think it's pretty even.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's pretty even.
I mean, I will go with the Invoker show a little bit. I don't think the hero has been